Так, ну что ж, всем привет. Наконец-то будем проходить сюжетку в Геншине. Потому что, ну, по факту я, можно сказать, из-за нее начал проходить другие сюжетки. Хотя там еще и ивенты, конечно, которые я хотел бы закрыть. Так что там. Так что будем проходить сюжетку в Геншине. Надеюсь, она мне понравится, как другие сюжетки в играх, которые я играл. Потому что, ну, Геншин это Геншин, так что по факту все-таки, ну, я так и Луну так и не исследовал. Это, наверное, прикольно. Но неважно. Будем проходить сюжет. Так, она у меня тут, да, она у меня тут. Так, ну, я немножко пропустил сюжетом, потому что, оказывается, он начинается тут. Так что, как бы, да. Типа, ну, я как всегда тут стоял, блядь, ежедневку делал. И взял этот триггер сюжетки. И тут была типа сюжетка. Ну что главный герой с Колумбиной разговаривает и так далее, с пальмами, и все. Потом они отправились как раз в Снежную. Так что да, давайте отправляться. Ну, чел это 8 часов. Чел это 8 часов. У меня это может быть 6, наверное, часов. Так что, ну, посмотрим. Посмотрим, насколько у меня это будет часов. Ну, конечно, хотелось бы не на 8 часов, как у Чела. Потому что, ну, как бы... Да, Чел снова, блядь, как всегда, на авто и полков ставил. Так что у меня может быть и на 2 часа в минус идти. То есть не 8 часов у меня сюжетка, а около 6, наверное, будет. Это же не это, да? Да, это. Ледяная галька. Понял. Надеюсь, все-таки будет интересная сюжетка. Все-таки сколько ждали? 5-6 лет? 6 лет, да? Надеюсь, ожидание будет.
To the ones in Notcry. You know, just minus the effects of Kuvaki. That's a sure sign that we're officially in Sejnaya now.
Ну, еще я надеюсь, что я вообще смогу нормально управлять, потому что я хотел я раньше лечь, блять, ну что-то допоздна снова сидел. Так что я надеюсь на то, что... Надеюсь, я не усну по... Паршоте? Сука. Пусто было, да? Ну, как я надеюсь, я все-таки не усну за прохождение сюжетки, потому что лег поздно, как всегда, блин. Хотел раньше, чтобы пройти сюжетку нормально, типа. А так, ох, ебать. Медведи? Что-то мне кажется... Что-то мне подсказывает, что они как бы не мирные.
Let's see how your camera skills are these days. Oh, come on, quick! It looks like a train carriage. Paimon's heard that Snezhnaya has loads of railways and trains. This must be one of them. But, it's still so cold. I don't know. Maybe. Thanks for offering. But, it's hard to describe, but everything feels heavy. Oh, no need. Paimon's just feeling a little low on energy. That's all. Yep, sure thing. Snish.
О, старый добрый индикатор. Ох, давно я его не видел, блядь. Давно я этот индикатор не видел. Интересно, а есть еще хуже индикатор, типа более холоднее?
Seems like the snowstorm is getting worse by the minute. Paimon can barely fly.
Не ври, ты можешь двигаться.
What is this place? Where's Paimon? I need to find her fast. Paimon! Paimon! That's strange. Where could she be? I guess I'll try further ahead. Hang in there, Paimon. Is that a train carriage? Maybe I can get up from the inside. It says here, Kresnik's torch, civilian model. It's definitely getting a little warmer now it's turned on. I really hope Paimon's okay. What was that strange sound? I can't tell if... Paimon? Paimon, is that you?
Incoming entity detected. Authorization granted. Hello, Descender, who's reached the eve of tomorrow. Eye of Grey at your service. Time since last activation. Time measurement unavailable due to the influence of... I was... To this end, I must... Huh? Why is my body like this? I have been like this since I was created. And yet, I also have memories and an awareness of a physical form that I once had. Anyway, I was created so that humanity could reach tomorrow. But nevertheless, serving humanity remains my primary objective. I have detected a drop in your surface in accordance with my preset programming upon reactivation. I must ask, will you accept me, Transcender? I will assist you, protect you, and fulfill my mission until we reach tomorrow. You have made a very wise decision. Now, I detected that you called out a name earlier. Presumably that of your missing companion? The name was Paimon. After helping you get out of here, I will search for him merely the tip of the iceberg. Now that we have reached an accord, you will be my new user. May I ask your name? Very well. I will remember this name until the mission is complete. I need to recover my body. Retrieve the power to unlock I can sense my power scattered across this ice-covered land. The key right now is you. You must survive and reunite. You may now execute the command, Demolish. Use it to remove the prime ice blocking the path and obtain prime ice units.
Это чё за пиздец?
Prime ice unit count has been updated.
Прикольно. А ну-ка, это что самое, да? Или нет? Что-то я слышу, что какая-то фигня, типа ставить точки, метки, блять. То же самое или нет? Интересно узнать. Просто мне метки других людей по факту не очень-то и хочется иметь. Потому что мне не
You
важно.
may now execute the command, Build. Use it to create a prime ice construct to prop
Прикольно.
up the door.
Куб. Убрать можно как-то вообще реально вот эту фигню? Мне она просто не нужна. Это? Описание создания. М. Ну, пусть так будет. Просто если я не ошибаюсь, то за счет этой фигни можно также и давать людям ресурсы, если не ошибаюсь.
Scanning local environment. Exit has been... That would not be an efficient approach. One moment. Usable construct blueprint detected. You can use this to clear the solid ice ahead of you more quickly.
Да, блин, сколько подсказок, блядь, на 9 сантиметров, ну, блядь. Так, а можно залезть?
Construct blueprint added to records. You may now execute the command, Build Heat Source. Generate a temporary heat source to rapidly melt the solid ice.
Сюда, да? Звуки, конечно, прикольные. Так, а ты растаешь? Ну-ка. Да, полностью не растаю. Прикольно. Можно типа спидить его. И куда? А, блин. Взять на направление. А, нет. Ну, мне нравится пока что.
My scan indicates the path is straight ahead. I recommend we proceed.
Я, конечно... Я надеюсь, эти метки убрал, потому что, ну, мне не мешать не будет, но как-то без них как-то раньше справлялись. Так что я все-таки надеюсь, что я... Надеюсь все-таки на то, что... На то, что метки не будут мешать, если они все-таки будут.
Crescent crystal located. Please collect at the recent construct you built provides highly efficient heating by utilizing the Unfortunately, prime ice constructs have a very short lifespan and cannot be stabilized during the development period. That said, I have already forgotten what warmth feels like. Yes. Perhaps then we can warm our... But for now, all you need to remember is this. If you collect Crescent crystal... Low power. Please use Crescent Crystal to replenish energy reserves. Signs of physiological activity detected in the distance. It is highly likely to be your travel companion, Paimon. Go. Go now. Be reunited and sing together. May all the people be united as one. May all of life rejoice. Approaching the target location. Scanning for signs of life. Life forms detected. 2. Affirmative. However, that is not the reason for my confusion. According to my database, this location is real-time environmental data suggests that the train station may no...
Paimon! Who are you?
Ни хрена себе встреча, блять. Ну ты даешь. Вот это я понимаю. Сразу этого встретить. Кто ты? Он же, мы же не знаем, кто это точно. Ну это пиздец, конечно, встретить сразу его.
Don't worry. She's only sleeping. You must be the traveler. She called newcomers to Snezhnaya struggle to adapt to the sheer cold at the best of times. Lately, even the locals are suffering. What you two must be very important to one another.
Your eyes. Are you...
There are indeed some Conrians left in this world who survived the... It would be unwise to interrogate my identity here. Focus your attention. We will meet again.
The unidentified subject has now left the area. He appears to be an individual of great significance, but my search has yielded no relevant data. I will try searching against the odds. Your companion is safe and sound. The other person...
It's okay. Take it easy. Are you...
Pretty much the same as when we first got to Wait, where did the jester go? Yep, the director of the Fatui. The Jester Piero. So, you met him?
The Jester must know everything about the Tsaritsa's plans. But there's no way he'd tell me just like that. We might well have ended up clashing. Well, he was right about one thing.
He had no intention of explaining his motives. And he...
Hey! What the... Who is that? It looks like... half a pair of goggles.
Snezhnaya was once the land of the Fae. There are many ancient creations here that I'm sure would broaden your mind further still. Mind you, my database is also expanding as we speak.
Oh, wow! Well, thank you so much.
Goodwill detected. Instead of candy, perhaps I can suggest my preferred strategy.
Oh, that makes sense. Every pair anyway. Back to the Jester for a sec. When he first showed up, he already knew Paimon's name. And he acted like he expected Paimon could tell that he was Conrian from his eyes. And he definitely seemed like someone pretty important. It was only later, after he rescued Paimon from the snow, that he properly introduced himself. That still seems unlikely. He ran into the snow following, and after bringing Paimon here, he just stared out at the snow. Paimon didn't feel unsafe around him, and he didn't seem to have any ulterior motive.
Please allow me to interrupt. Fatui and Director are unfamiliar.
Wait, you've seriously never heard of the Fatui? Oh,
Understood. Since they hold elite positions and serve their god directly, it stands to reason that they would conduct themselves with due decorum. I am inclined to agree with your assessment, Miss Paimon. I did not detect any ill will from the gentleman in...
Sorry, I shouldn't have encouraged you to talk Paimon. New plan. Let's get out of Snezhnaya for now. The Jester mentioned that this snowstorm, being the work of a monster, is worse than most.
oh, well, it's really nice of you to look. We were really psyched up for this journey when we first set off. Just think of...
Further information is required regarding the monster situation. At this point, we have traveled a significant distance into the blizzard. Were we to turn back now, the road... If, however, we continue onward... Do you remember what I said as we neared this location? I told you that this is a train. We can break through the blizzard and forge ahead by driving a... There is a small town up ahead, which would be the perfect place for Miss Paimon to rest and...
Paimon thinks Goggles here makes a great point. Oh, come on. Don't worry. Think of all the traveling we've done so far. When is Paimon...
Affirmative. Should you ever need my assistance during your future... Otherwise, I will remain silent to avoid causing any unnecessary distraction. Please confirm when you are ready to...
Чё, блядь, призыв поезда? О. Я тебя аж пропустил, что? Что? Чё, бля? Это как, блядь? И... Тоже не понял. В инвентаре. Это? пиздец. Просто после откуда появился.
Heading north from here, we will soon arrive at... Wait, there's an error message. Could not...
What exactly?
Brace for impact, friends! Preparing to enter impromptu... How strange. Not only was the station's status different from my records...
Yeah.
My sincere apologies for putting you in danger. I'm afraid I'm as confused by all this as you are. Agreed. This is likely a consequence of outdated railroad data. The discrepancies between the... Fortunately, our crash landing has at least brought us much closer to the...
Your data had better be right.
I can assure you, it certainly is. Please look, it seems our ill-fated train ride was a blessing in disguise. We have taken the shortest. Rest assured that I will take user preferences into account next time I plan a route. Next.
Excuse me, is there an inn nearby?
I'm sorry, but they've all closed.
Sorry to interrupt. We're looking for a place to stay.
I can't even afford to warm my own house, let alone run a business.
Excuse us. Is there anywhere we can stay around these parts?
I'm afraid not. You'll have to try your luck somewhere else.
All we can do is wait for the next shipment of Kresnik Crystal to get here.
Hi there. Do you know if there are any inns still taking guests?
Doubt it. They're probably all closed. No one has enough Kresnik Crystal to heat their own homes. I clocked you a while back. You adventurers or something? We don't...
Why is that?
In part. But the bigger reason's Project Stuja. Since it's Her Majesty's will, we have to put up with it whether we like... Oh, sorry. I assumed it was common knowledge by now. Basically, even if they used all the surplus Kresnik Crystal in Snezhnaya. So, the Vetcha passed a resolution requiring all factories and households to reduce...
Bitter cold. So, like...
Pretty much. When you're broke, you scrimp and save. When it's cold, you huddle together for warmth. Trouble is, if you stretch someone out like an elastic band for too long...
Can you please explain to me why the price of Kresnik Crystal has gone up by 1/3 again? You only come here twice a month. This won't even last us a week.
The supply and pricing of Kresnik Crystal are based on current production volumes and price data. We Fatui are only responsible for delivery and security. I'm not in a position to explain to you how the figures...
Oh, so our lives mean nothing to you? How can you expect anyone to survive a single night in this weather without heating?
Since you insist on making me repeat myself every single visit, I will remind you again.
What market? Nobody else is selling! And when they do, they charge 8 times the normal rate!
Which is why the Snezhnegrad Vetche passed a resolution to support border communities. Without which, you wouldn't even be able to... So if you're here just to argue, move aside and let the next person in line...
You...
All right, everyone, let's calm down for a second. A few words, if I may. We all know how cold it is. And the more it snows, the harder life gets.
But Liaison Shishkin, there's clearly something wrong with this quota. I have a family in Marepasak who tell me they can buy at least double our crystal.
Oh, believe you me, I had the same reaction when I first saw the number. Still, you must understand that calculating these energy quotas our top priority must be to keep the largest Kresnik's torch burning continuously. Only then, as our Fatui comrades said, they are only responsible for delivering the goods. They need to keep accurate records.
That's right. Our duty is to do things.
Tell you what, listen. I know how anxious and upset. What we can do is open the lower combustion chamber of the Kresnik's torch to the public. I can't guarantee there'll be ample energy for household.
Fine. I don't see any alternative.
So, this is Project Stuja in action, huh? Oh, no wonder.
You were looking for an inn, right? For your,
Oh, Paimon's not a fae. Just Paimon. She must have...
I have a small place in Moros. I don't stay there very often, though, so it's pretty basic. But if you're not picky, you're welcome to rest there for now.
Are you sure? Oh.
All right, then. This way. Hello, I'm Alosha. I'm a hunter.
Introduced herself so...
Good to meet you. I'm Alosha. Most travelers find the Snezhnayan climate to be a shock to the system at first. Still, you should keep an eye on your condition. When people are too quick to dismiss...
Don't say that! Paimon's too young for...
They aren't in town right now, and they won't be back anytime. I do a lot of hunting, so I spend most of my time exposed to the element. Nothing to do but sit tight in town until the weather improves. I get that you're in a hurry, but even if the station were open, that doesn't mean there'd be any trains. What? Your own train? Wait, hold on.
Oh, we got lucky and found it in a cave. Oh, then our luck...
Pretty crazy for a random find in the mountains. Well, as long as your train... I've been doing some digging recently. Turns out, the real reason for the current energy crisis in Stretch, but to expose what's going on, I need to catch them in the act. So...
Huh? Wait...
It's a figure of speech. Real rabbits couldn't pull this off. They'd prefer Shishkin. Mr. Positive Attitude lets all get...
Him? Really?
Huh? You're coming with?
Okay then. Alright. Guess there's no point pushing me.
Oh yeah. There's one more introduction to do. Tagarin, get in here.
Oh, a dog. Oh, angry dog.
He likes to think he's above that kind of thing. Carrots aside, we'll need to stay completely undetected. We can't... First, we need to find a way into the train station and see if we can find... Then, we get Tagarin to catch a scent and find... What are you eating?
Oh, check it out. When you're all out of kick. Good doggy. Good...
A fellow dog lover, huh?
Yup. And...
Good to know. Eat up, Tagarin. Wait. Nice work, Tagarin. Come on, we'll go around. This way. We'll enter from the upper floor. There we go. A freight list. Straight from the Fatui. So Shishkin won't have had the chance. Looks as new as the day it was printed. I guess no one bothers reading these unless they have ulterior motives. Yeah, this is all we need. Come on, let's get out of here. Tugarin's a keen hunter, and catching rabbits is his specialty.
Не ту кнопку нажал, сука.
Anywhere there's a stove, there'll be the scent of Crystal. That's normal. But if he picks up the scent of Crystal somewhere and there's no stove around, that's how we know something's up. This must be the rabbit's warren. Good job. Sure enough, there's a tunnel. You stay here and keep watch.
Thanks for looking out for us.
No need to thank me. It's my pleasure. Let's grit our teeth until the blizzard passes.
Maybe for everyone else, Liaison Shishkin. But for you, the hard times have only just...
Huh? Who are you?
I just had a question for you. Why, when times are as tough as this, would all the crates here are from the most recent shipment, but they weren't brought here for sale. Would you be able to shed any light on the situation?
Me? Why, I have no idea. But look at how much there is!
This godsend was found in a cellar adjacent to your residence following a tip, and this is only a fraction of what we found down there. We're still taking a full inventory. I've always been grateful for your efforts to mediate between us and the townspeople of surovому Moroz. But now, Mr. Shishkin, it appears you were the...
How could you do this to us?
We trusted you to have our backs. You've been lying to...
Hey. Hi. Oh, this isn't who I am. We all know how difficult life has been since Project Stuja came into force. I grew up in Alatir, a small village with no train station. Deliveries of Kresnik Crystal have ceased there entirely. You know as well as I do how downright impossible it is to buy Crystal. I watched as energy grew scarcer by the week, all the while knowing that their lives were at... Looks like I'm just not cut out to be a criminal. I have the official Snezhnayan quotas here. Anyone who has already purchased energy, I'll make a batch purchase of crystal worth 3 months' salary for you all to use free of charge.
You don't have to go that...
Yeah. Owning up to your mistake is enough for me. You've done plenty of good for the
Drop the act. You claim this was a one-time mistake, but the real reason there's only one...
Reporting in, sir. We've conducted a full search of the mayor's house. As expected, we found many crates full of crystal. Half of...
This wasn't your first time at all. You've been colluding with the mayor of Stratomeros for a long... The train station's currently out of service, but it does open for a short window every... The mayor handpicks said workers. Per his instructions, they transport the crystal by... But since he can't get the goods out of town by train, he had to arrange an alternative method of transportation.
Wait. The mayor's in...
Preposterous. What proof do you have?
Basic math. I've spent a lot of time lately counting carriages as the...
Counting carriages?
The energy consumed by a train depends on its total weight. And since energy is a limited resource right now, it's fair to assume that every... So, if we take the energy required for the Kresnik's torch, add the sales figures you provided, the numbers never match. It's always off by 1 or 2 carriages worth. This time, you set a new record.
You mean to tell me that you sat around...
I'm a hunter. I have 2 options.
Well, I've heard enough. The evidence speaks for itself. Take Shishkin and the mayor...
You cocky little brat!
Yeah, something felt off. So I just followed my gut. Math isn't my strong suit, though.
Thank you for your assistance. You're a brave lad. Shishkin was quite the cunning criminal, as I'm sure you can tell. He did all of this right under our noses.
A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Even with that sob story he fed us. He was probably trying to keep the mayor out of it. Without the compelling case you put together, even I might have fallen for it. Alosha, was it? Tell me, are you
We can go find some wild animals if you want.
I didn't mean to cast suspicion on your identity. It's just, they hide in plain sight under false identities, working against Project Stuja. So, they aren't a violent organization, and their goal is to improve the lives of the common folk, but...
First I've heard of this. All I know is, people who don't mind their own business in the city end up paranoid about everything. As for me, I just couldn't stand Shishkin. I'm from Alatir. Of course, no one really cares about the fate of that place.
I see. It does. I will report this incident to Snezhnegrad. The Fatui will take over energy distribution until... Looks like it's my turn to brush up on...
Don't mention it. Isn't this... Excuse me. I'll take a share of Kresnik Crystal, too. I need to take a detour before we head back. There's someone I have to deliver this crystal to. Hang tight for a moment. This old lady...
Oh, grandson.
Ma'am, it's me.
Alosha? Alosha?
You know me. I came by earlier today. Cleaned the ashes out of your stove. Gave you some warmer bed.
I'm sorry. Now, how often do I get to see my grandson?
It's okay. You just rest. I'm fine.
Oh, you. It's nice to come and visit your old granny once in a while, isn't it? Sit down. Come on, take a seat.
Please, don't get up on my account. You need to rest.
Right under the basket by the door. Well, grandson dear.
Very much, ma'am. It's the...
Good.
You don't need to save any more for me next time, all right? Fresh fruit is hard to come by.
Oh, I don't need it. I'm fine. But if...
Some kind soul must have given these to her. But she always saves the nicer things for special occasions. I met her at the market back before her health began declining. She was a lovely old lady. Not many people have heard of Alatir. And if they have, it's usually for all... Now that it's an abandoned village, it's rare to find anyone who shares fond memories of our hometown. I first learned of Stratomoros's energy supply problems from a passing comment in one of her letters. The town's been in decline for a while now. But because of her memory problems, she thinks of it as the... That said, I kinda appreciate her optimism. It's fine. Everyone grows old. In Snezhnaya, some people believe that in your final moments, you turn to look at them, but their face is blurry. The Grim Reaper reaches out and takes... She still calls me grandson, though. So at least I'm not a... Come on. Let's get back and see how Paimon's doing.
Paimon, we're back. Are you...
Yep. Paimon's not cold anymore. But she's still a little dizzy. But Paimon's sure she'll be fine. It's probably just from
Her complexion's looking much better. Let's keep an eye on her.
Sure. But enough about that. How did everything go?
I'll explain. It's...
Jeez. You guys got pretty busy. Sounds like the liaison off. So, you said the train station will open again soon?
Yeah. Well, enough to survive, at least. Project Don't Know. The goal of Project Stuja is to gather energy for the Tsaritsa. But no one knows. The thing is, we were told that the project would only last for 6 months. But time and time...
Extending it? Does that mean...
That's what everyone suspects. In principle, any proposed extension needs to... But even though opposition has been growing, any detractors end up caving. He's the chair of the Snezhnegrad Veche and a key figure in the voting process.
How come the Fatui are picking on ordinary people even here in Snezh...
I don't see it like that. Fundamentally, the Fatui will always think, but that doesn't mean they don't care about the plight of the common folk. The only reason Stratomoro still receives Crystal shipment, then there's the Fatui soldiers providing support in every corner of the nation. It's just that the rich and powerful in their fancy palaces, yeah, well, even though we all believe in Her Majesty the Tsarit, regular folk don't have an easy way of getting their voices heard in Snezh. The Rokad provides the disaffected with false identities and an outlet to vent. Of course, an organization like that exists in a gray area. The moment, but so far, they've been doing their best to help the common folk. Like us, don't you mean? You didn't hesitate to join.
That's because we're adventurers. It's our job to help people out with commissions and get to the bottom of things.
Sounds like we're going to get along. So, what's your business in Snezhnegrad?
I want to meet the Tsaritsa. It's complicated. I've had run-ins with many of the Harbingers along the way. And I really... Her ultimate goal? What the no-sees mean in all of this?
Wait, so... No way. Are you... who I think...
Sounds like you've heard of us then. We're getting more famous by the day.
I didn't realize I was in the company of giants. Honestly, we're all as curious as you are about what the Tsaritsa's planning. But getting in the same room as her won't be easy. The common folk aren't permitted to meet her at the best of times. And right now, she's probably not even in Snezhnegrad. Yeah, so you've heard of it. A wild, it also absorbs everything around it into its body. So luckily, as it grew, it became increasingly I'm sure that Tsaritsa and her personal guard, the Druzhna, won't have any trouble defeating the creature. Suffice to say, you won't be seeing her anytime soon. You'll have to wait until she gets back. Fair. Well, the Fatui will be... Once it's open, we can see about getting your train towed to the station.
Whoa! That's gotta take a...
The Fatui aren't exactly spotless in this whole mess. Plus, we helped them out. Should be easy enough to negotiate. As far as I know, all the paperwork is dealt with upon manufacture. I've never seen anyone... Having a train makes everything much easier. We'll reach Snezhnegrad in no time. I know a good doctor in the city.
Oh, thanks so much.
Drive carefully, all right? You don't want to end up in this situation. Also, I don't think I've seen a train like this before. Not a fan of small talk, are you? All the track switching is automated. So, as long as the train's moving, we'll leave you to examine the train's conditions yourselves. Fingers crossed nothing's broken. I doubt Sir Tomoro's...
Shouldn't be a problem.
All right then. Have a safe journey. And make sure to check every...
Our destination settings have been applied. Let's give this thing a final once-over and then...
Affirmative. Running vehicle diagnostic.
What's this?
Engine, green. Wheels, green. Frame, diagnostics complete.
Neat! Huh. Paimon still can't get over the...
I've lived in Snezhnaya my whole life, and I've never heard of an interactive talking...
Strictly speaking, I wasn't designed purely to drive trains. Though I doubt you have any interest. All configurations are complete. Should you require any further assistance?
Away we go! Ooh, nope. Huh? What's going on?
Oh no.
What is this place? Traveler, are you okay? Paimon's still airborne.
Just our luck. Of all the things that could have gone...
Halosha, you're Snezhnayan, right?
It's called the Shadow Realm. A place where no wind blows, no light shines, and no elemental energy flows. I've only seen it a few times before, and this is my first time inside. It's a dangerous place, and the few who do make it back, they're never quite the...
Huh? Then... Oh, maybe Goggles knows something. Goggles? Great! Nip!
Hold it together. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I heard a story once about the world of... Come on, let's...
Look at these Fatui! It's like they've lost their minds!
Their shadows have been devoured. They're no longer amongst the living. can't channel elemental energy here, but I have a few gadgets that still work.
Wait! What's that blue thing? Is that...
Guess we'd better find a way over.
I'll take point.
This is the last one.
What do we do next?
Play it by ear.
Hello. I am glad to see the three...
For now, at least.
Correct. We are now inside what is known as the Shadow Realm, the darkest space in the shell. Time and space hold no meaning here. It intersects with the world of the Light Realm only rare. We must leave this place before it sinks back down into the...
Sounds like you have a plan.
Yes. In fact, the very purpose of my creation was likely... It appears that key data is currently... I have marked the exit to the Shadow Realm for your convenience. In addition, I have prepared some equipment to aid you as you traverse the Shadow Realm travel. It may well be one of my core functions. Activation code? We once peered into the past from...
Whoa!
Now go. Arm yourselves with weapons of the spirit.
Is this a gun?
In the Shadow Realm, where humans cannot channel the elements, there won't... Let's go. We don't have much time.
И убил, блять, что? Зарёт. Пью-пью, блять. Ебать, прикольно. Мне нравится.
When you encounter small obstacles, you can simply clamber over them. You can slide to navigate through low, narrow tunnels. Obstruction ahead. You may be able to use the Since elemental energy is unavailable in the Shadow Realm, ammunition is an important resource. For long-range targets, try using the scope to line up your shot. Many hostile units approaching. I suggest a new strategy. Take...
It's over. Need a refill.
More enemies detected. Try attacking with the newly unlocked Assault.
Mind the rhythm. Fall back. Fall back. It's
Gotta recharge! Back in business.
Aim at the freeze mark and pull the trigger to move using the rope.
Nice.
Close it! Can't take much more.
State number 2.
Taking cover. It's over.
Some supply points can restore a small amount of stamina. Press on. You should be able to use the prime ice construct left here to cover long distances. I recommend using this grappling gun. Such devices were if you detach the connected hook, the grappling gun will automatically.
Hey? So, we just
Back in business.
The fences have been breached. Where's the back? Over.
Sprint at the prime ice launcher to reach high places with ease.
Time to catch my breath.
Usable munitions detected. Frag crystal.
Frag out! The advantage is ours! Time! Requesting backup! Requesting backup! Over.
Yeah.
Can't take much more.
Shift your center of gravity and slide down.
How much longer is this gonna take?
The exit is right ahead. We are very close now. However...
It's like they're trying to keep us trapped here. That platform and the carriages are swarming with undead Fatui. Guess we gotta storm through.
Back in business. Need a refill. Back in business.
You may find switching to assault mode makes your attacks more effective.
Where's the...
Time to catch my breath. Change of tactics. Charge!
Come on! We're almost there! Huh? Why is it...
Looks like the Shadow Realm is about to sink back down into the depths.
The exit is...
You mean this...
No time to think. We just gotta go for it. I can't believe the Shadow Realm manifested right on the railroad. Lucky we made it out. All thanks to you and that awesome gun.
Ah, so you have heard of the Golden City but...
Yeah, he came up a whole bunch in Nokrai. You're a pretty neat surprise in that.
Make no mistake, it was a team effort. For a first-time firearm user, as Alosha said, it is highly unusual for the Shadow Realm to manifest in a place like this. But we should...
Oh, let's hope not. If anything else goes wrong with this trip...
The Shadow Realm can appear anywhere, not just on the railroad. Now, if you wish to further calibrate and upgrade your firearm, you please take a moment to catch your breath while I repair the body of the train.
Oh, thanks, Goggles. You're a trusty train conductor. Well, maybe...
Yes, of course. And just like the Eye of Grey...
Let's get some fresh air while the Eye of Grey fixes the train.
Yeah, sure. Paimon wants to forget all about the Shadow... It's so quiet here for a train station. repair? You've swapped our train.
My plan was to restore the train to its original appearance per my records as quickly as possible. Now that the repairs are complete.
Huh. Didn't know trendiness was a parameter.
According to my calculations, parameterization is the most effective way.
Hyperborea, huh? I'm sure I've heard. You might want to avoid looking down if you're afraid of heights.
No, it's not that. Paimon's just praying that we don't have yet another accident. That mountain is breathtaking. Reminds Paimon of Dragonspine.
They say this mountain's the domain of a Snegovic lord. A lot of the Snegovic retreated there to live in seclusion, so it's a pretty mysterious place. You hear all kinds of stories. Even the residents of the nearby town of Svietlo-Lidovka steer clear of the summit, and they make a living off of harvesting prime ice. Look, Snezhnograd's just up ahead. here we are. Welcome to Snezhnegrad train station.
Wow! It's so majestic!
It's built for maximum efficiency, but yes. In the future, you can use this train station to travel anywhere you want. This way. There's a lift car that goes straight to Sapoliarny.
Look! They have really funny-looking heads! And those ones are about the same height as Paimon! But it looks like they can't fly!
Those would be Volkudlak and Domovoy. You'll also see the winged Vila and the snowborn Snegovic amongst others.
No wonder! We'd heard that Snezhnaya used to be the realm of the Fae. Paimon can really see it now!
To the left is the Market of Zolny. They sell everything there. You can often find some nifty little trinkets. To the right, you'll see the Korolyevsky Theater in the distance.
Look at that! Incredible! Snezhnegrad is stunning!
I found it pretty stunning when I first came here too. But I soon found out that stunningly beautiful I'm just a small-time hunter, so Zolny is where I spend most of my time. This way will take us to Podvorier restaurant. They offer food and lodging there, so you can get settled.
Is that gonna be stunning?
Yeah. I mean, there are places to stay in. Most of the stoves are out of crystal, the windows are drafty.
Yep, no way! Not a chance Paimon's staying anywhere like... Fine then. It's you. Don't worry. You'll get some too.
I'm glad to see you've perked up. If you find yourselves in the mood for some sightseeing later, this way leads to Sapoliarny Palace, which serves as the Tsaritsa's audience chamber. The adjacent block is kind of a city in its own right. That's Glupov. Inside, there's a munitions factory known as the Armory Palace, producing a constant... And over there is the Snezhnegrad Vecha, where all the big shot... These places are best admired from a distance.
Yeah, they probably have super...
The downtown area is near the center of Sapoliarny. That's where you'll find the restaurants, bookstores, and gift shops. Another place of interest is the Northland Bank. Oh, and I'm sure you'll want to make contact with the Adventurers Guild at some point, right?
Ooh, speaking of adventuring, we use alchemy...
No one practices alchemy at Snezhnegrad, I'm afraid.
Oh. We'll just have to use the one on the train then. Kinda inconvenient. Wait, how come...
Yeah, I don't know. Not my area of expertise. Anyway... Finally, that's about it. You guys...
Sounds good. Thanks for all the recommendations. Yep.
Podvorier restaurant is right this way.
Rebooting.
to pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot. Yeah, much better now that we're out of the cold. If this were anywhere else, we'd be out investigating and adventuring by now. You're right. No need to push ourselves. A lot happened on our way into the city. Let's review what we've learned. Obviously, a million more a question is, what is this our sure was? And so far, we've learned that but we won't get to see her anytime soon. Alosha said that she went. It must be a pretty powerful one if it can blanket the whole of Snezhnaya in a snowstorm this awful. To be honest, what we're really lacking right now is information. Paimon can't think of a few people who might be able to help us. Right. And when we left Nocry, Sandrone specifically left a message reminding. So, it's unlikely they'd tell us anything confidential about the Tsaritsas' grand plan. Yeah, fair point. There's gotta be someone there willing to talk to us, right? Maybe, but it's unlikely we could sweet-talk Arlecchino, let alone Sandrone. She basically took. Yeah, the last time was all the way back in Fontaine, right?
Hello. Is there a traveler and Paimon in there?
That's Alosha!
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Alosha mentioned that one of you is feeling a little under the weather. I see. So you're my patient today, yes?
Good question. Paimon's not too sure either, but she's definitely not the same kind of.
Not exactly. It's just, I'm used to treating human patients. Fae tend to be far more. But don't worry, I do have some experience treating Fae. I've even diagnosed plenty of cats and dogs and.
It'll be fine. Paimon's basically the same as, right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we? More like you don't eat enough. The more talking you do.
Now, please take. Okay, vital signs are good. Test results are all within. I can give you some medicine to tide you over. But as long as you rest properly for the next couple of. If you find yourself with a persistent low-grade fever, or if your symptoms don't improve.
Sounds like there's no cause for alarm.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're very welcome. Just doing my job.
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you rest up here for a couple days. No sightseeing for the time.
All right, then. Guess we've got no choice.
I have to get back to it. If you need anything else from the doctor or me, go to the Hunter Trade Station in Seoul. Hey, no big deal. You saved my life in the shadow.
All right, time to find Child and see what he can tell me.
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit. Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a prior appointment. You'll have to apply per the advertised booking process and wait until your invitation. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. I don't understand. But I have to go through the motions for protocol. Wait a moment. I'll pass on your message. If Child is unavailable, you'll... Lord Child is a busy man. He's probably not in Glupov at the present. If I were you, I'd cut your losses. Even if you two are old friends as you claim, please understand that the Fatui Harbingers are... Next time, stick to the rules. Greetings, Lady Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here. It's his first time in Snezhnaya. I trust no choice words have been exchanged.
No, Lady Marionette. No incidents to report. Whew. That was a close call. Good thing I played it cool.
Is that right? Good to know. Wait, under the weather? I take it she's still adapting to the climate. Happens to a lot of people. It's even colder here than in Nodcry. Has she seen a doctor? I can get you one if you... All right, then. Well, let me know if you run into any other problems. Why else? I was just about to sit down for some much-needed tea time when I heard that an old friend of and, as obnoxious as it may be to show up uninvited at Glupov, I couldn't help but take pity on the... Well, I felt our time working together in Nodcry warranted... Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rule on the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class. Unlike not your treat, of course. Because I already wasted one perfectly good cup of tea. I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure you trust my taste. Okay, let's get down to business. I'm guessing you don't actually have any urgent business with Tartaglia, per se. You just want information, right? Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia, Ian. That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnograd Vetcha by now. They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Stuja. It's basically all anyone cares about in the Vetch. Yeah, he's more of the shoot first. It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the jester, Piero. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people, I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Piero didn't reveal the... That was his reaction, too. Why me? With a bewildered... He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept... But he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So to the rest of us, it was clear... By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... Anyway, then the Liu's situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he basically... Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed... Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. He knew that after he was gone, several of the others, with the ones who stood to benefit the most being the Rooster, Pulcinella, once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more... So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right? Exactly. Piero also needed to back a Harbinger as soon as possible. Even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else, his best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business, while still maintaining friendly relations. What's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a lip? Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. Ask and you'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a session of the Snezhnograd Vetcha. Having a voice in the Vetcha is the only way to steer policies in your favor. Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting. But since I have a number... Then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vetcha. He represents... Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way things are. A complex web of interests connects all parties involved. And that's our—
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why was Tartaglia the first person you asked to see and not me? Huh? Jealous? Wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. I only meant you should be mindful of which side you're on. Is that actually why you didn't ask for me? Because you took that to heart? Fair enough. It's not your fault. I blame all these Anyway, just ask for my help next time, okay?
Lady Marionette.
What now? Can't you see I'm on my break? Whatever it is.
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am, but I'm afraid it's an emergency.
Isn't it always? I've told you before. Fixing the tracks and transporting
The equipment in Svietlo-Lightovka is in urgent need of maintenance. With how the weather's been recently, the supports on one of the machines broke and fell, awakening a dormant beast. Luckily, Odette's team was nearby and launched a rescue operation. But we're still
I guess that's it then. Our tea party will have to end here. I'm the only engineer you'll need. Do you actually want to come with, or are you just saying that? Nice of you to return the favor. I'll have a couple of people look after Paimon. They can let her know that you had to step out for a— And honestly, I'd rather have your help than anyone else's. Between your skills and— Then let's go. You, take 2 people to pub— If anything happens to Paimon, you'll be—
Yes, Lady Marionette.
They weren't exaggerating. This is really dangerous. It's a good thing only one of them broke. From what I've been told, most of the trapped miners are over in that direction. Yeah, you do that while I check the rest of the equipment. Meet me back here as soon as—
I have to be getting
Don't go any further. It's too dangerous here. There's a highly aggressive monster on the prowl. You need to leave. Ah, I see. You're the backup from Snezhnograd. Well...
so this is Odette. She was the first—
There are 5 people trapped in the cave. Monster type is unknown. Let's go. Every second count. Careful. Something's moving. This must be the monster's shadow. Looks like a tough opponent. see them. They're right behind the monster. The monster seems very agitated. It could attack at any moment. Let's make the first move. Shadow me. Heart of death. Crystalline Adagio. Let's begin. Pirouette.
Thank you for saving us. We'd have been monster fodder.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be safe now. Follow this route out. He and I will stay behind to watch the rear.
Thank you. Come on.
I've searched the area. Pretty sure the monster made attack. Yeah, but with us here, it won't be coming back. It may be small, but don't be fooled. It's a ferocious beast. It's lucky we got here when the trapped miners have been successfully evacuated.
Wait, this place. There's some...
What is that?
I don't know. It's back?
Guess it has family. This way. Run! Thanks. Let's get out of here.
Сейчас бы, блядь, бегать и ходить по льду на каблуках. Ну, пиздец. Так, ладно. Блин, ну... А что?
Every course of action has its risks.
А я вообще могу? Нет, не могу, мне же нужно 700 вооружения там.
Everyone's accounted for. We managed to rescue them all. You really held your own today. Don't think I've seen... Alright then. Hello, Lady Marion.
I hear the rescue operation was a great success. What brings you here, Odette? Here for a
No, a Fatui mission. I happened to be nearby and heard the crash.
She hasn't introduced herself then. Odette is the prima ballerina of... If you ever hear people mention the two crowning jewels of the Korolievsky tree. On top of that, Odette's also a rising Fatui star. It's looking likely she'll inherit the title of the Fair Lady. She learned all her combat skills from Rosaline herself. Used to be one of her most
You flatter me, Lady Marionette.
If she's Rosaline's protege, that makes me... Never mind. There's no need to bring it up.
Nope.
How's progress on your end, Lady Marionette?
Equally successful. I finished reinforcing all the equipment, even if the heavy snowfall summoned by that monster lasts for another 3. All right, now that we're done here, it's time to get out of this blizzard. Sure, but Snezhnograd will send someone to investigate and draw up. First, Pantalone needs to approve the budget. Then Pulcinella has to... That's the rough process anyway. Could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months. Yup, nothing we can do about it.
The snow has eased a little for now. Fuel for heating is in short supply, and relief is weeks away. It just feels like there should be a better...
Hey, quit daydreaming. Let's get... When did you get a new sword?
I found it in a cave. It handles pretty nicely.
You have a strange affinity for secondhand swords. Well, if it isn't Counselor Tartaglia, Mr.
Go easy on me, all right? I'm still recovering from the interrogation the real big shots put me through. Hey, comrade, it's been too long. I heard you came looking for me earlier. Good to see you too, Odette. I'm guessing you guys just got back from Sviatlo-Laido.
It went fine.
How about you? Any new developments?
Not really. Same as ever. Growing opposition to Project Stuja. The results of the mock vote were pretty dire. Pulcinella was fuming.
That's not good news. It takes a...
Yeah. Obviously, if push comes to shove, there are ways...
Sorry, I have to ask something. This is going to sound blunt.
Huh? Of course.
It sounds to me like everyone's tearing their hair out trying to figure out how to deal with opposition. But what exactly is this project's purpose? And how can it be so important that even people...
Interesting. I gotta hand it to you, comrade.
Excuse him? What does he mean, refuse to
Oh my gosh. How does he dare...
Are you interrogating us now?
It's okay, Sandrone. Let me explain. I think If I could, I'd take your side right now. In fact, my position's very similar to yours. I've only held back on casting a dissenting vote in the Vetcha because, still, I have a responsibility to the Fatui armed forces. So, I do what I can to make their voices heard. I'm sure you've seen how much those kinds of places are struggling right now. Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm from Arepasak myself. Things aren't going... The Tsaritsa wants to create a better, safer future for the people of Snezhnaya. But she's thinking long. But considering the Tsaritsa's vision for the future, these are sacrifices worth making. Maybe Sandrone and I can't oppose Project Stuja outright, but we're constantly raising our and even though we can't put an end to it, there are plenty of other ways to make a difference. I respect Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, and trust her decisions. But at the end of there's no way I would ever abandon them.
As contentious as things can get within the Vetcha, there's no selfishness or malice. The issue is that there's no way of pleasing everyone under the present circumstances. But that is not the same thing as being blindly loyal to the Tsaritsa.
In fairness to Sandrone, she rushed to Sviatlo-Laido and even Tartaglia, who used to only care about the thrill of the fight, is clearly doing his best to rise to the demands of his new...
Hey, come on. There's only so much we can say, so don't press us too hard. Look, maybe you've heard already, but she's currently leading her army on a campaign to the east. Striking that monster down will be a significant step in dealing with As laser-focused as she is on realizing her lifelong to me, that says a lot. If she thought Snezhnaya and its people didn't matter in the grand scheme of things... Thanks. I meant every word I said, though. I wasn't just
I still think this adventurer raises a very important point. Our two harbingers have made their positions very clear. I think it's a very valuable quality to be willing to speak one's mind, despite the risk of offending powerful figures.
You can say that again. I highly doubt...
Forgive me, adventurer, but might I be so bold as to ask about your background?
Oh, haven't you been properly introduced?
easier said than done. I like to think I'm not the kind of person.
I've only learned his name so far, and no details of his.
Uh-oh. Is there no avoiding the subject?
No, it's just... this is the world-renowned traveler who helped resolve the storm terror threat in Mondstadt, cleaned up after the mess I made. There was a duel before the throne.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you two would be seeing much of each other, so I figured it wasn't worth.
It's fine. It was a long time ago. Sorry. I just remembered that we have a rehearsal coming up.
I've mentioned this to you before, remember? She was Rosaline's most valued subordinate. Not that Rosaline was really the type of person to make friends.
Don't let it weigh on you. Like she said, it was a long... Odette has a very different personality from Rosaline. Give her some time. I'm sure she'll... Oh, by the way, where's Paimon?
She hasn't been feeling well, so she's resting at Podvorier restaurant. I got a couple of my people to look after.
Oh, right. Sorry to hear that. Poor thing. Reminds me of when Tonya was little. She really felt the cold. I felt so bad for her seeing her lying in bed. I'm sure Paimon's a good kid too. You're a little short on manpower, right? Let me have a couple of my people take over.
Well, that would be great. Your people are more
Hey, don't mention it. I'm sure you have things to do. Hopefully this takes a load off your... So no more accusing me of not being on your side, all right?
Already? That was quick.
I'm afraid I can't help you there. Our director's recent movements, if you hadn't told me, I never would have known he'd gone south. I assumed he'd been in Glupov this whole time. Well, I guess I'd better go sort out Paimon's security.
Me too. I have an incident report to write up. Let's leave it there for now.
I guess everyone's in a difficult position. But Tartaglia's right. I have things to do. To start with, I should ask Alosha if he knows...
Так, если честно, я не знаю, как сделать. Потому что... Давайте я, наверное, проще на 3 части все-таки разделю. Потому что... Начало уже 2 часа 40 минут прошло. Я, наверное, все-таки 3 части сделаю. Я могу вот сейчас проверить кое-что. Сейчас, секундочку. Сейчас вот так вот сделаю.
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
Как я до этого записывал? Я не помню просто. Сейчас, секундочку. Наверное, все-таки разделить на 3 части, наверное, лучше будет проще. То есть у меня... То есть я 4 часа где-то делал. А, вот хрен его знает. Это отдельная часть? Да, это отдельно. Бля, я не знаю, что делать. Вот, я сейчас проверю вот самое начало больше. Сейчас быстренько. Ну да, я думаю, все-таки 3 части можно сделать. Давайте так и сделаем. Так что давайте заканчивать будем. Так. Будем заканчивать. В принципе, 3 части, как я сказал, буду делать. В принципе, это не критично. Так что увидимся в следующей серии. Всем пока-пока.